When she was a little girl, her parents would tell her never go by the jar that sits on top of the dresser. But it was the voice in her head that increased the pressure. If she didn't know everything, it would indeed upset her. So one day her mom was doing the dishes, her father was at the shop selling shoes for a living. Snuck into her parents' room and to do what's forbidden. As if she snuck a peek, they would move her to prison. Besides, what's the worst that could happen? She would just open the jar, take a look, then close it back in. The bedroom door creaked open, everything clean, blankets and sheets neatly woven. She creeped in slowly, the jar sat on the dresser, completely golden. However, it looked dusty and tarnished, couldn't quite reach it as it spilled on the carpet. You better leave it alone, you gotta leave it alone. The jar's not for you, mind your own too. Stop sticking your nose in, stick to the ropes. You better leave it alone, you gotta leave it alone. The jar's not for you, mind your own too. Stop sticking your nose in and stick to the ropes. She was in shock and surprise and couldn't believe the vision on top of her eyes. Glistening off the floor was the remains of her grandmother, who she lost long before. All there was ash, but she began hallucinating. She saw a bunch of vital organs scattered on the pavement. Soaking on the floor was the blood, and she was too intimidated to attempt to pick them up. Then she heard her grandmother test her speech, saying, "Why'd you let me out? Shit, I'll never rest in peace. You better put me back in before your parents see me." Then she stuffed her whole body back in like a genie. Later that night, her parents tucked her in. Meanwhile, their kid was mentally suffering, because when the girl was alone, she looked under her bed, and then she saw the jar looking for the grandmother's head.